Hey there, Fletcher from All Things Overlanding here, and today I'm going to be talking about my moonshade and kind of how I mount it to my 3rd gen Nissan Frontier. If you are looking at these things, I will say I've used it a number of times. They are amazing quality, super well built, and they're just great products. So if you're looking for something to sort of augment an existing awning, like maybe a permanently mounted one like I have on the side of my truck, I'm going to kind of walk you through that. I'm going to show you some of the benefits of it, plus how I mount it on my truck. So again, this could work with any truck though. I'm doing it on a 3rd gen Nissan Frontier, but you could do it on any truck this way. This method will work with any vehicle, especially one with a rooftop tent and or a bed rack. So again, if you want to see how to attach a moonshade to your vehicle via the rooftop tent or your bed rack, stay tuned.
Understand where it came from, but you got it, my got it. It began in the land of the sandstorm. I fought it, though I wanted everything to do with what you gave to me. Loosening my grip.
Do you want to help me with the review, Bella? Do you want to help me talk about the moonshade? Yes? You do? Okay. All right, so I have this Naturenest clamshell style rooftop tent. I love this thing. I did a video on it. I'll put a card up here in the right hand corner to it if you want to check that out. If you're looking for an awesome budget minded rooftop tent, these things are about $1,200-1,300 plus shipping, and it is a great deal. I've spent about 30 nights in it and I'm still loving it. So anyways, it has a setup on the back of it that I think is fairly common amongst a lot of these style of rooftop tents, with the channel on the side and on the back. And that is on mine anyways. I have a Keter rail right here. That is for my shoe bags, but I use a different shoe bag, which I attach to my ladder. So without having to put anything in the Keter rail, what I've done is I got these actually from Moonshade's website. They have these little loops that basically as you screw them in, they tighten down on the channel. So there's a little piece that goes into the Keter rail, and then this thing screws into that channel nut, if you will. And then as you tighten it down, then it gets tight. So I have one over here, and then I have one on the other side. And then basically all that I do is when you set up your moonshade, there is sort of a pole on the back here that keeps it rigid. There's the 2 poles that hold it upright, and then there's your 2 legs, right? So then in the back here where this rigid pole is, it comes with these sort of rubber ties. I literally twist them up like a bread tie. I put them through the loop and I put them around the tube back here, the pole, and I just attach it via that. And this thing has been in some rain and some storms and stuff, and it has not moved. You can also attach ties down to the ground, and when you do that, I mean, this thing is rock solid. The other thing that I really like about this thing is that if you wanted to be in like a base camp style place, or if you wanted to leave it somewhere, you could do this exact same sort of method with a bungee cord or something like that around, say, a tree, and then use the legs at the other end to hold it up. So again, that is how I have mine attached to the back. You could do this using the channels in the side. If you, depending on the shape and type of your bed rack, you could use, mine's an extrusion bed rack. You could use the channels on the side here and put those things in there. There are just a number of ways that you could attach this thing, and I love its flexibility. So hopefully that gives you some ideas or helps you figure out a little bit how you might want to mount this thing if you were looking at this for your setup. But I just wanted to share kind of how I attach mine. Alrighty, so that was the moonshade, kind of why I use it, the benefits of it a little bit, and how I mount it on my 3rd gen Nissan Frontier. Again, there are going to be a million setups, right? Your tent may be a little bit different. You may have a bed rack, you may not have a bed rack, but the flexibility of this thing is what really impresses me with it. It does also come with suction cups. Previously, I did a video where I just kind of did the initial setup of the thing, and I actually suction cupped it to my roof of the truck. So you could just do that if you have an SUV or, something that doesn't have a bed rack, if you're not outfitted for that. If you have a camper shell on the back, it comes with these really strong suction cups with loops on them basically, and you can use the same method. Use those twist ties to kind of go through the loop on the suction cup, and you can attach it that way as well. But again, I just wanted to kind of give you guys an idea and show you kind of how I was mounting mine. I will put in the description down below a link to the moonshade itself. I'll put a link to that rooftop tent that I mentioned. I will put a link to those little loops, those little eye loops that I use. They've got a bunch of different sizes, so check the size and make sure it's one that will fit for your application. But again, I hope that was helpful. If it was, click that like button. If you're not already, click the subscribe button, click the bell to be notified when new videos drop. I do a couple every week, usually something to do with gear and then like general overlanding stuff. So if you're into any of that stuff, I'd love to have you as a subscriber. Also in the description down below will be links to all my other social channels. So wherever you want to come and hang out, I'd love to have you. Then there's a link to my website where I've got funny stickers and patches, overlanding, camping style, things like I hate people so I camp, that kind of thing. So if you want to check that out, and go ahead and order whatever you want. And then last but not least, there are also links to my Patreon page. We have an awesome group of folks that chat in a Discord 24/7, and then we also do like a once a month Zoom call, which is a ton of fun. And then there's the Newbie Overlanders Facebook page. Totally free to join, tons of awesome members in there. So if you're looking for a group that's not as ridiculous, let's say, as like the bigger groups, then that may be a good place for you, and we'd love to have you. But again, post up in the comments down below with any questions or comments that you've got, and thanks for watching.